Hey, what's up guys? So this right here is the Microgo M5 Pro. So let's go ahead and start by unfolding the scooter. To unfold it, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is reach for that handle right over there and press this red piece on it, and then pop the scooter in place and then press the handle back down again, and that's it. Now we're ready to go. So before I take off, let's talk about the design. The M5 Pro's got a rugged design. It's got two 8.5-inch all-terrain solid rubber tires, a 6-inch deck with an anti-slip rubber grip pad that also has blue LED lights on both sides for better visibility at nighttime. There's also a brake light on the backside, and as you might have noticed, there's a disc on the back tire. So this scooter has not just one but two ways of braking. There's a actual disc brake for the back tire, and then there's also an electric brake for the front tire. So right over here on the left side, this is the electronic brake. Then we have the brake lever for the back tire, and then there's the accelerator, and then a bell. That sounds pretty good. On the middle of the handlebar is where you'll find the multifunctional power button. Hold it for a second, the screen turns on. It's a pretty bright screen. I haven't had any issues viewing it outdoors. The screen tells you things like how fast you're going, what speed mode you're on, the battery life, whether or not you're connected to Bluetooth, and the status of your headlights. My only gripe with the handlebar has to be the height of it. It feels a little lower than some other electric scooters that I'm used to. It's not really a big deal, but it just makes the scooter feel more compact. So this right here is my first time seeing this on an electric scooter, and it's a USB port. So now you can be riding, going somewhere, and charging your phone at the same time. Pretty cool. So the M5 Pro also has its own app where you can change the settings of the scooter. This scooter has 3 different speed modes. The blue one means it's in beginner mode. The orange one is in standard mode with a max speed of 15 miles per hour, and then red means advanced mode, which has the maximum speed, which is 19 miles per hour. One of my favorite features about this scooter has to be the ability to change the startup setting. So I can have a 0 startup, which means I just have to press the accelerator and the scooter's going to go, or I can have a non-zero startup, which means I have to push off a little and then accelerate, then the scooter's gonna go. So it's nice to have that setting, and the scooter also has cruise control, which I can turn on or turn off. For anyone wondering, that walk mode right there, that's the cruise control, so I had to figure that out, but yeah. This scooter has a 36-volt lithium battery with a 350-watt motor. It's a pretty powerful scooter. It can go up a 15-degree hill. It has a max speed of 19 miles per hour and a max load of 220 pounds. In my experience, I found the scooter to be able to go up some pretty steep hills, but that's all going to depend on your weight. So if you're a little heavier, you might not be able to go up a really steep hill, but in my experience, I've been able to go up pretty much all of the hills that I've ridden this scooter on. So the quality of the ride of this scooter is going to depend on the type of terrain you're riding on. If it's, let's say, a rugged terrain, it's not going to be the smoothest ride because there are no suspension on the scooter, but it does have a spring for the folding mechanism, and that kind of helps out with the bounce. Also, the tires on this scooter, they have these little cutouts in them, which also helps soften up the ride. With that being said, I did some off-roading and just cruising on the sidewalk and on the road, and the overall experience was pretty smooth. As for the range, Microgo states that it's going to last up to 18.5 miles, and in my use, I got around 15 miles of range, which is really good. I was, out there testing out the scooter's range, hoping it would die, but it just kept on going. I went up some really steep hills trying to kill the battery, but it just conquered all the hills. It just kept on going all the way up to 15 miles, which is a good amount of range. And depending on how flat the surface is, you might be able to get more. So, overall, it's got a good amount of range, and it takes around 5 hours to charge the scooter from 0 to 100%. So to wrap it all up, the Microgo M5 Pro is a pretty good scooter for the price. It's got a solid app, it's got a solid build quality, a good amount of range, and everything just works on this scooter. So if you're looking for a scooter, an electric scooter, you might want to check this out. We got a pretty steep hill coming up. Let's see if we can make it up this hill. Alright, without falling though. Let's go. Look, you can see it's a pretty steep hill.